Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the 10 worst serial killers in history. Viewer discretion is advised. These killers lurked in the shadows, embodying the darkest facets of human nature. Prepare yourselves for a descent into darkness as we recount their chilling true crime stories. Starting our list at number 10, we have Richard Ramirez, also known as the Night Stalker. Terrorizing Los Angeles and San Francisco in the mid-1980s, Ramirez was responsible for at least 13 murders. His brutal and random attacks left a city in fear until his capture in 1985. Ramirez's crimes were characterized by their sheer brutality and randomness. He left pentagrams at crime scenes and often demanded his victims swear to Satan. A group of vigilant citizens recognized him from media coverage and held him down until the police arrived. Ramirez's trial was a spectacle, with him showing no remorse. His story serves as a dark chapter in American criminal history. At number 9 is Jeffrey Dahmer, the Milwaukee Cannibal. Between 1978 and 1991, Dahmer killed 17 young men. His crimes involved rape, dismemberment, necrophilia, and cannibalism. Dahmer's method of luring his victims to his apartment was disturbingly calculated. He attempted to create a zombie-like state in his victims by drilling holes into their skulls. Dahmer's arrest came after one of his intended victims managed to escape and flagged down 2 police officers. In prison, Dahmer was eventually murdered by a fellow inmate. His story is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can reside within the human psyche. 8th on our list is John Wayne Gacy, known as the Killer Clown. Gacy, who performed at children's parties as Pogo the Clown, was responsible for the deaths of at least 33 young men and boys in the 1970s. His crimes were discovered when police found bodies buried under his house. Gacy's public persona as a friendly neighborhood clown masked a sinister reality. The discovery of Gacy's crimes was a horrifying revelation. Police found bodies buried in the crawl space beneath his house. Gacy's trial was a media sensation, leading to his conviction and eventual execution. His story is a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity. Chapter 4. The Charismatic Killer's Deception. In 7th place is Ted Bundy, one of the most infamous serial killers in American history. Active in the 1970s, Bundy confessed to killing 30 women, though the actual number of victims is believed to be higher. Bundy was a master manipulator, using his good looks and charm to lure his victims. His killing spree spanned several states, making it difficult for law enforcement to connect the dots. Bundy's trial was one of the first to be nationally televised, turning it into a media spectacle. Despite his attempts to appear rational, the evidence against him was overwhelming. Bundy's execution in 1989 brought an end to his reign of terror. He remains a chilling reminder of how evil can hide behind a facade of normalcy. Chapter 5. The Butcher of Rostov's Murders. At number 6 we have Andrei Chikatilo, the Butcher of Rostov. Over a span of 12 years in the Soviet Union, Chikatilo murdered at least 52 women and children. His crimes involved sexual assault, mutilation, and cannibalism. Chikatilo's early life was marked by extreme hardship, which some believe contributed to his later actions. His ability to evade capture for so long was a testament to the inefficiencies of the Soviet police system at the time. His capture came after a massive manhunt, during which he was caught in the act of attempting to lure another victim. Chikatilo's trial was a harrowing event, with his erratic behavior and chilling confessions leaving a lasting impact. His execution in 1994 brought an end to one of the most terrifying chapters in Soviet criminal history. Chapter 6. Aileen Wuornos, A Life of Turmoil and Murder. At number 5 is Aileen Wuornos, one of the few female serial killers. Between 1989 and 1990, Wuornos killed 7 men in Florida. Wuornos's early life was fraught with abuse and instability, factors that many believe contributed to her later actions. Her victims were typically men she encountered while working as a prostitute. Wuornos was executed in 2002, but her story continues to fascinate and provoke debate. Her case raises questions about the impact of a traumatic past on future actions. Chapter 7. In 4th place is Pedro Alonso Lopez, known as the Monster of the Andes. Lopez is believed to have killed more than 300 young girls across Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador in the 1970s and 1980s. His staggering number of victims and the brutal nature of his crimes earned him a place in history as one of the most prolific serial killers. Lopez's early life was marked by violence and deprivation, factors that likely contributed to his later actions. His eventual arrest came after a failed kidnapping attempt, leading to a confession that shocked the world. Lopez's trial was a brief affair, with his confessions providing overwhelming evidence of his guilt. His legacy continues to haunt the memories of those affected by his actions. Chapter 8. The Green River Killer's Long Shadow. At number 3 is Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer. Ridgway confessed to killing 71 women in the Seattle area over 2 decades, making him one of the most prolific serial killers in U.S. history. His victims were primarily sex workers and vulnerable women, making his crimes even more tragic. Ridgway's method was chillingly methodical. The investigation into the Green River murders was one of the longest and most exhaustive in American history. Ridgway was eventually caught due to advancements in DNA technology, linking him to several of the murders. In 2003, Ridgway was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Chapter 9. The Enigmatic Terror of Jack the Ripper. In second place is the notorious Jack the Ripper. Operating in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888, Jack the Ripper's true identity remains unknown. He brutally murdered at least 5 women, and his gruesome crimes and taunting letters to the police have made him one of the most infamous figures in criminal history. Despite numerous theories and suspects, his true identity has never been confirmed, making him a figure of endless speculation and fascination. The case of Jack the Ripper remains one of the most enduring mysteries in the annals of crime. Chapter 10. Dr. H.H. Holmes and the Murder Castle. Finally, at number 1 we have Dr. H.H. Holmes, often referred to as America's first serial killer. In the late 1800s, Holmes constructed a hotel in Chicago, later dubbed the Murder Castle, which was equipped with secret passages, trapdoors, and torture rooms. Holmes confessed to 27 murders, though the actual number of victims is believed to be much higher. Holmes preyed on visitors to the 1893 World's Fair, luring them to his hotel with promises of affordable lodging. The discovery of Holmes's crimes was a shock to the nation. Holmes was executed in 1896, but his story continues to fascinate and horrify. The Murder Castle has become a symbol of his monstrous legacy. Chapter 11. The Enduring Echoes of Evil. And there you have it, the 10 worst serial killers in history. These individuals committed some of the most horrifying crimes imaginable, and their stories continue to shock and terrify us. If you found this video informative, please give it a like, comment on which case you found most chilling, and subscribe to our channel for more true crime content. Thank you for watching and stay safe. Join us next time as we continue to explore the dark and mysterious world of true crime.